Well, this is it. Can't believe this. Take as much time as you need, and then when you're ready, it's your intro.
Fuck, I just need to breathe for a second. This is it.
Oh, of course.
I hate when we end series.
Yeah.
Or, like, we get finished with a certain property, and it's like, I know we're going to go back to Homestuck. Like, it's never really going to end.
It'll end.
You think?
Yeah. I'd like... We should definitely savor it, because it will. Like, Homestuck Squared is the end, and we might not even do that.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that I know for sure we're doing is Hiveswap Friendsims.
Yeah, and Homestuck Squared they're still working on
Hiveswap.
it. Like, they're gonna release it all at the same time.
Yeah, that's the plan. And there's a bunch out.
Yeah.
And,
but who knows when that'll be finished. I don't think we'd start it before it was done.
We're doing everything before Homestuck Squared.
Yeah.
And then at that point, we can decide if we want to
finish
read Homestuck Squared at all, or when it's finished, or catch up to it.
Either way, this is probably the last time we're going to be reading for a while when it comes to Homestuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Hiveswap, Friendsim, and Pesterquest are both visual novels.
Yeah, but it's less reading and it's more visual novel. I mean,
it's still a lot of reading, but it's like entirely dialogue instead of it's like just a Pesterlog instead of narrative. There's no narrative.
Yeah, exactly. But like, this is the last time we'll just be reading it without any visual cues or anything.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Because then even in Homestuck Squared, it's like Homestuck where there's panels and visuals, which is exciting.
All right. You think you're ready? Because I'm sure as hell not.
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, that's for sure. I don't think I'll ever be in a state where I'm more ready than I am right now.
Hello, all you beautiful, valid people out there. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Homestuck Epilogues, and what will be the last episode of the Homestuck Epilogues.
The final episode of the Homestuck Epilogues.
And I'm here with my friend and co-host.
It's Ariah, everybody. I'm back, and we're doing it.
It's Jay Wilson, by the way. I just need to make sure you guys remember.
Don't mistake this for low energy, by the way. We're just in shock.
Yeah.
And we're preparing.
We weren't expecting to finish this so fast. Yesterday we were asking if we were going to have it finished by April 13th, and it's like January.
Yeah, yesterday we started recording the epilogues for the first time in literally months.
And we just
and they were like, hopefully we finish it by April 13th, and then we finished it the day after, or we're finishing it. You know, I mean, we're recording the last episode, and we're on epilogue 8, and we're there, so the book has like a couple pages
It's not
left.
that we don't want to be here. I mean, on some level, I don't want to be here, but it's more of like a thing where I don't want to be finished, you know?
Yeah.
Because this is like, you know, Homestuck, we're getting very far through it. We're going to be caught up, and there's going to be nothing left. And, you know, saying goodbye to a property on any sense or level is kind of terrifying.
Holy shit, Homestuck is so good.
Homestuck's something we've been reading for hell.
Like,
almost
as of recording, almost 2 years.
It's
and
like,
potentially exactly 2 years if this drops on 4/13.
But still, that's so long to be on anything.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't I'm not the type to stick to things very often. I'm surprised I've lasted this long. I mean, even with hiatuses, like recording and stuff, because it's just, I don't know, I enjoy it. But we got burnt out, and then we came back. You know, that's just how it works.
Yeah, and now we're being more mindful. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
No forcing of recording.
Yeah, and like we still
the
are
schedule
working on
we
our
have
own
is
stuff.
loose. But
plenty.
also we can record more than that if we so want to. But there's no pressure to.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're not pressuring ourselves anymore.
And also solo stuff. I think a big part is the weight has shifted from this being our channel to our collab channel.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've been running around with
great.
a camera that I got recently, recording a lot of stuff that I'm excited to put out.
Even though as of recording, there's no functional difference between our channel and our collab channel.
Exactly.
But the fact that there is a difference.
The weight
in our mind
distribution
now,
is different now.
It lets us do our own thing and still understand, and still like be able to do this and want to do this and feel like it's not making this less.
Exactly.
So. Yeah, and
but we're
by no means is this the end of the channel. That we're gonna do more series.
Yeah.
at some frequency that is yet to be determined.
Yeah, we aren't putting any weight on ourselves anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's bizarre.
And I'm sure we're gonna talk about this again in the update video, and I'm sorry, we're stalling.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, we're stalling.
Full disclosure, straight up stalling. We don't want it. We don't want this to end.
This is.
I still don't understand why people hate this so much.
Right? This is so good.
But I just. And just the thing is, especially for me, Homestuck was the first series we sat. Well, the second series actually. Danganronpa was first, but this was the first one with a good mic that I started talking into a microphone to an audience with a very good friend of mine. And just the immense amount of growth that's occurred within the past almost 2 years now is insane. I've grown with Homestuck.
Yeah.
I grew alongside it, my personality has shifted completely. I was a very, 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 very horrible to say. I was impossible for me to talk to an audience at that point, I couldn't ramble like this, I could have. I literally probably would have said 2 words in this situation if this was me when I first started, but now I won't shut the fuck up, which is amazing to me, the amount. It just. That's part of why this series is kind of really important to me. Because this is the most long-lasting thing that we've had on this channel. And just entertainment-wise in general, this is one of the first times that I've been this consistent with something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know. Me too. Literally, me too. As I talked about many other occasions, especially on big events like ending a series, I've done YouTube in the past, but this is the first time I've ever actually done YouTube well. And
we haven't even uploaded in 6 months, and we've made it to 350 subscribers.
I know, right? My mind is thinking.
And the last time we uploaded,
500
we had
subscribers is actually
200.
possible.
We didn't even have 200 yet. The last time that we were
I know, it's crazy. I can't even. I don't.
It's insane.
I'm just so immensely proud of us, and.
There's so much growth in this community we've built. It's all been based off this comic, really.
Yeah.
And of course there was other stuff, but I feel like most of our interaction comes from the Homestuck fans, and they also watch our other stuff.
Yeah. Some of our other stuff, but
yeah, exactly. They don't watch all of it. I mean, who could? Some of it's not even that fun to watch.
Of course.
Nobody's perfect at this sort of stuff. I think I'm ripping off the Band-Aid.
We're doing it.
We're making it happen.
Okay, let's do it.
I warned you about the stairs, man.
All right. Let's fucking go. Cool. Okay. Epilogue 8, page 43 of Meat. Later that night, Jade has been moved from the hospital to the Troll Kingdom. She now sits in a wheelchair, remaining in perfect silence with her dark eyes open to maintain my transmission. Roxy and Kanaya rolled her into the living room of Dave and Carcat's hive early that evening. This is where they all sit now, discussing the day's troubling events. Roxy is using his phone to pursue leads on the whereabouts of the prince.
Do you want me to be Roxy? What do you want to do?
Let me see. It's Roxy, Dave, Kanaya, Carcat. So you're Dave and Carcat for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just Roxy and Kanaya, and the narrative. Yeah, okay. So I'll be Roxy and Kanaya if you want, unless you want to take one of them.
Yeah, sure. Take Roxy and Kanaya.
Cool. Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. You too, Jake. Thanks, man. Yeah, we'll let you know what we're gonna do. Later. He hangs up and sighs dramatically. Poor guy.
What do you say?
A lot of it was hard to make out due to all the sobbing, but yeah, it's like we thought. Dirk borrowed one of his ships and got the fuck out. But did he say where? Nope. Daddy told anybody, to be honest. In fact, I'd say odds are even he doesn't quite know where he's going yet.
Why do you think that?
I don't know, I just know the guy. Also, what's even out there? Dude's got a ship, and now he's hauling ass randomly with Rose and to, I don't know, prove some sort of point. What about Jane?
We aren't calling Jane.
Why not?
Because I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of her fat fascist mouth.
That's stupid, I'm calling her. I dislike the woman as well, but I will leave no possibility unexhausted in striving to rescue my wife from that madman. Fair.
Yeah.
She takes Roxy's phone and presses Jane's name into the contact list. She moves to the far side of the room to speak, while the others continue conversing.
So, phew.
Dave makes a noise humans sometimes do by expelling air through his closed, fleshy lips, creating an impolite flapping effect.
So that's what it was. Rose and Dirk, huh?
Yep.
Rose and fucking Dirk. Damn, so are they like... Man, I'm never gonna hear the end of it if I'm the one to ask this question, am I? I've had too many fucking goofy, dumbass, foot-and-mouth family blunders to be the guy asking this fucking question. Yet here I am asking it.
What are you talking about?
You know, or are they like... together?
Incest! What?
You know, like... What this dumbass is asking if they're doing human intercourse activities.
Oh my god!
Gargette, please.
OMG, Carcat, they're related. Humans don't do that when they're related to each other, okay?
Don't talk down to me. I'm not a fucking wriggler. I'm familiar with the concept of human incest.
Huh?
Yeah, okay, not to be that guy, even though I'm totally being that guy. If it never happened, we wouldn't have a word for it.
I really don't think... I mean, they wouldn't. There's no way. It makes no sense. For one, Dirk is gay. And isn't Rose gay too?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody knows what Rose's deal is exactly. Of all of us who could have ended up eloping to have illicit, incestuous relations, they definitely would have been the last two I'd have put money on. And yet, sure, it's real fucking weird that they seem to have gone off and done, isn't it?
Don't even say that. Just thinking about it makes my skin crawl.
You guys are fucking weird about this. Like, seriously, what's the issue here? This shithead went and stole Kanai's mate sprit, apparently by mystically underhanded means. There's practically no limit to the dimensions we could be getting angry about this on. But here we are instead, doing this pointless thing you people always do when it comes to incest. Us people. I know, I'm a fucking xenophobe. Let's just all agree I'm a big shitty xenophobe about this and move on.
Jesus fucking Christ. Hey, Kanai, how's that phone call going? Jane's chief of staff put me on hold. It seems my solicitation does not register as a priority in this administration. I cannot say I'm surprised.
Tell her to register my heaving bulge as a priority.
I will not tell her that.
Anyway, you guys are also fucked up about this. That's all I'm saying. This is objectively not the worst thing about this scenario. It's not even a remotely notable factor. Why are we even talking about this? It's so fucking performative. Is there something you're trying to prove by constantly competing to be the most scandalized by your own completely arbitrary social constructs?
Yo, dogs, I know we get up to some jank barrel bottom as fuck convo sometimes, but this one, I do even K anymore. Roxy, I know you're an alien and all, but... Sorry, that's Roxy. Jeez, I read Roxy. Fuck. I know you're an alien and all, but in these dire straits, can we maybe not riff on the subject of fucking incest? For what it's worth, the shit really does bug the hell out of me. If I can confirm on behalf of my species that, yeah, the idea kind of sucks, according to pretty much literally everybody, could we agree to stop talking about it?
See, this is what I'm fucking talking about. You grew up one of two humans on your entire planet. Where the fuck do you get any frame of reference for this shit? Admit it, you only pretend to be bothered by this because your human society tells you that your performance of disgust is virtuous.
LMAO, dude, no.
Also, excuse me, but can I just fucking ask, since when did you start cosplaying as Dave? Dude. What?
Low.
Do you even fucking know anything? You're a ham-brained boner stooge who doesn't know anything, aren't you? Very sorry, Roxy, that my ham-brained boner stooge of a boyfriend doesn't know fuck all about Jack Dick.
I love this.
He admitted it.
Well, they made out and probably did a lot more, so...
That's the first time he said it, though.
I know, it is. Well, that we've seen, but yeah. And it's oh, I love it. I love it so much. It's okay, he's, like, fucking right. I get mistaken for you, like... Well, it's been happening. I should have known, LMAO. Has anybody else seen Terezi, or did she just fuck off with Dirk? I have no idea.
I don't know, we haven't heard from
Are they
her.
not going to tell us?
They might not tell us, no.
I should have known LMAO. I really thought all the pink I'm wearing would help with that. I don't know. I keep messing with it.
No, you look great. Like, super duper duper great. Just perfect. Like, I could not possibly be more proud of you, your fashion choices. Christ, Dave, it sounds like you're about to kiss your mother just to prove me wrong. First of all, Roxy's not my mother anymore. Wait, Roxy, we actually decide on the protocol and what am I supposed to call you. I literally have no comprehension of the etiquette here. Because you're technically my bio mom, but it's not as if I literally came out of your vagina or anything. And like, well, considering what's going down right now, I'm not too attached to the sanctity of Dirk being my dad. You can formally replace him as my daddy right now if you want. Wow, the Woke Master is on fucking fire, folks. He'll be here all night. Oh, shut the fuck up. What is your problem? Why are you acting like this? Acting like what? Like a huge belligerent dickhead. Are you craving attention? Is that it? Did I get you hooked? The fuck are you talking about? Oh, I see how it is. You got one hot head of sincerity from your fresh boy Dave. Now you're itching in your pants every second you go without it. You know, if you want to hold my hand or some shit, you can just do it now. I have no desire to do that. At all. Come on, our relationship doesn't have to be a ludicrous, unending performance of emotional constipation anymore. We've got a character developed, bitch. Come here. The fuck are you doing? Get away from me! No, Christ, you're like a flighty little muskrat. Stop squirming. Get your hands off me, you smelly bag of shit! I hate you! No way you don't. You love me. We're gonna be together forever. Oh my god, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna profess my undying love to you in the form of a kiss. No!
Oh, I love it so much. That is incredible. Holy shit. For all the vigor of his oral protests, Karkat does not offer sufficient physical objection to prevent Dave from successfully planting a kiss on his cheek. The gesture causes Karkat to deflate instantly. He goes limp in Dave's arms, eyes wide. Dave is no longer so sure of his ability to freely engage in public displays of affection. Suddenly, very self-conscious, he pulls back, leaving a significant foot of distance between himself and Karkat once they've collected themselves. Dave awkwardly clears his throat. Karkat wipes off his cheek. Both are looking off in opposite directions. Ah, you boys cute.
Hey, can you just forget you saw that? Thanks.
Thank you.
For what?
For doing something that turned that steaming dog shit fire of an incest conversation into something that made me feel just very, very happy. If only for a fleeting moment in these dark as fuck times.
Don't mention it!
Kanaya returns to the seating area and hands Roxy his phone. If Jane is to be trusted, apparently she didn't even know Dirk was gone. She doesn't know where he might be headed either, or she won't tell us.
Well, shit. I'm fucking surprised, alright? Then what do we do?
I don't know. Hey, does anyone know where the hell John is?
Oh yeah, good question. Shit. Was he on some mission? Whatever happened with that? That was a gross thing. She was cagey as fuck about it, and now she's gone, so we can't even ask her, so, damn. He's not answering his phone!
Yeah, I've tried to.
Oh yeah, I forgot. John would solve our whole problem, wouldn't he? Just zap us all right into dirt ship with his recon powers. That's how that works, right?
Maybe? I think he should be here regardless, and catch up with the situation. Getting kind of worried about him.
Yeah.
Fuck. I ran into Terezi the other day, and she hadn't seen him either. Oh my god.
Oh shit, Terezi's back? What?
Yeah, nobody else saw Terezi.
What?
Oh yeah, I hadn't mentioned it because I guess I just thought you knew. I assumed she would have got in touch.
Nope. Nobody ever fucking tells us anything. It seems like kind of a gigantic fucking deal that Terezi came back to Earth. Kanaya, did you know about this?
Yes, I also assumed you knew. Wait, when did Kanaya learn this? Huh. I'm giving her a call to see if she knows anything about all this, and she's not picking up either. She totally went with Dirk. That's the implication.
The fuck is going on even going on anymore?
There is a moment of silence. Though no one in the room is conscious of the fact, it serves to honor their departed friend. The heir will not be able to help guide them to the prince. If they ever wish to see John again, be it his cadaver or otherwise, they will need to find an... Oh my god, yep, Terezi did go with them.
Mm-hmm.
They will need to find another means of following the ship. A different guide altogether by stated principle. I cannot intervene through the same compromising methods of my nemesis, but if I were to fall back to a state so passive as to offer no assistance at all, it would be at odds with my sworn duties of protector of corporeal life. They will have their guidance, but my instructions will be minimal. So long as they remain in my conduit's presence, they will know the way forward.
What the fuck is Jade doing? Huh? That's creepy, right? Tell me I'm not the only one who thinks that's creepy.
Yeah, it's a bit spooky. That's how you know... That's how it is when she gets like this. What is she pointing at? Jade has raised her hand and is pointing upward at an angle about 45 degrees, seemingly in a random direction, but it's far from random.
I know what's going on. She's trying to say there's something important over that way. Is that right, Jade? Can you hear me?
Dave walks over and kneels in front of the chair. He looks closely at her. Her face, though still expressionless, strikes him as serious and tense.
Jade, is it John? John's that way, right? You want us to go in that direction to find John. Is that it, Jade? Come on, what is it, girl? Tell me.
Gee, Dave, you're treating her like a dog.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I guess I fucking suck. But she is a dog, okay? A doggy girl who's trying to tell us something. Just let me do my thing here. Jade, give me a little yelp if John's that way and we should go after him. Just a little woof. If John's in danger, yip twice, please.
Dave!
Shh.
He leans in closer and studies her face carefully. It hasn't changed.
Maybe it's not John that way. Maybe it's Jade. Is that where Dirk went?
It's barely noticeable, but Dave picks up on it.
That's
her
it.
Face relaxes slightly.
That's the way Dirk went, and she wants us to follow. Okay, wow. What about John? Is John safe?
She doesn't move.
Does he have anything to do with what's going on? What about Terezi? Is John with them? Jade is John on the ship with Dirk and Rose?
Slowly, she lowers her arm and places her hand back on her lap.
The fuck does that mean? I think it means I'm right. Don't ask me how I know, but I think I got the answers out of her. We need Dirk and Rose are on a ship heading that way, and for some fucking reason, John's along for the ride, and we need to saddle the fuck up. And wherever we go, I think we're going to need to bring Jade along. Right!
Carcat springs Jeez. Carcat springs to his feet and easily resumes his well-practiced posture of leadership.
Can I get Jake English on the phone?
Okay, why?
Because we need to borrow one of his ships. We're going to get your fucking wife back.
He nods. Kanaya nods back. Roxy nods too. Dave does not realize they are all supposed to be nodding in determination and solidarity until Carcat nudges him. Then he nods too. They resolve to travel to Jake's mansion immediately and to embark on their new adventure shortly thereafter. They will believe they are on a quest to retrieve a wife and rescue a friend, but they will discover their true mission is of much greater cosmic significance than they imagined. The seer is firmly in the thrall of the prince and will not easily be pried away. And as regards the heir, though resuscitation remains a theoretical possibility for those still striving for it, the truth of his role is it has reached a greater sense of narrative finality than any of his allies will bring themselves to admit. His influence over canon has come to an end, as has this particular story. His ultimate sacrifice was made to put the missing keystone in place and avert the supreme dissipation of all that shall be considered to hold truth, relevance, and essentiality. As for me, I will be there wherever they go, so long as my conduit remains alive, alert, and present, but only as a guide with the lightest possible touch, and only to block the insidious mandates of the prince from within his sphere of influence. The rest of my presence can simply be reduced to a string of words, a recorded stream of ideation with a particular texture and cadence. But aside from that, there is nothing that should be considered remarkable about its source. One speaker can easily be swapped for another, and then another. Under the right circumstances, speakers can duel, predominate, over assert or fall back, as one does into the comforting blanket of space. And until I am needed again, this is exactly what I will do. I leave all who inhabit this reality with a recorded stream that is colorless, sourceless, and quietly divested of accountability. For if I were to insist upon anything else, could I really be considered worthy of protecting the very cosmos I describe? Farewell. Wow. And then Postscript. Holy shit. Black text again. Yeah. What do you think? Oh my god. Oh my. That's it. That's the end of Meat.
That's it.
It's worth noting that the first lines of the Postscript in where is it? In Candy is elsewhere beyond the horizon, and this one is elsewhere below the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, elsewhere beyond the horizon, and then it goes into a spaceship. A spaceship tears across the starfield of warp speed. Each shot of distant, the ship was brand new when it departed from Earth's sea. It doesn't look any day older now, even though many hundreds of days have passed. Which is interesting, right? So the Postscript of Candy talked about the ending of Meat, and Dirk and Rosebud on the ship with no mention of Terezi, of course, which makes sense because that would be a spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
So this one must take place at the end of Candy,
I suppose.
All right. Shall I read?
I think you shall.
All right. Elsewhere below the horizon, the distant sounds of war travel above the canopy of a forest. The artillery fire fades to a series of muted knocks and thuds as the sound waves cross behind a thinning patch of the forest and arrive in a clearing of grass and shrubbery. Above, the sky is dramatic, colorful, menacing, the way it looks when a storm is coming. The clouds are wild, whipped into a sort of spatial frenzy, as if they know what's imminent is no earthly phenomena. Ariah stands in the field, her mouth gaping wide, but not at the sky. It's unusual she isn't grinning, and she slowly corrects this. She smiles brightly at the girl crouching on the ground 10 paces before her. Ariah's never seen anything like what she just saw this girl do. Jade was 16 years old when she showed up, and she doesn't look a day older now, though many hundreds of days have passed. There's a hole piercing the space symbol on her shirt, but no sign of whatever that it was that made it. Her legs are covered with the same striped tights as usual, but her feet are shoeless.
This is the Jade that got murdered,
Yep.
or we thought we got murdered.
No, this is the Jade that was possessed by Calliope in Candy, right?
No, this is the shoeless one.
The shoeless one. Well, that was Calliope.
Oh, I guess so. I don't know.
It showed up because also she didn't age. It was a mysterious hole piercing the space symbol. Shoeless, because remember, Teen Jade in space lost her shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And my theory was that Jade ended up going through the black hole and coming to Candy.
Yeah.
But possessed by Calliope. Her knees are pressed. Her knees are pressed into the. Wait. Her legs are covered by the same striped tights as usual, but her feet are shoeless. Her knees are pressed into the mud of the field, and her hands braced against the ground to support her hunched figure. She is covered in blood almost from head to toe. Fresh blood and viscera surround her in an uneven ring on the field. It soaks her clothes, coats her skin, still gleaming and wet, running slowly down her limbs and face, dripping from her mouth, glasses in the tip of her nose. Her hair is matted, savage-looking, filthy. She looks up behind the rim of her glasses. Her wide eyes are solid black. Her lips are parted, revealing her canine fangs. The meat she's chewing is stubborn, raw, full of gristle. Almost supernaturally tough, but she is a determined beast of prey. She swallows once, hard, the last bit of her meal slides down her throat. The deed is finished. She stands up and closes her eyes. An aura of darkness gathers around her. The blood begins to dissolve as if being absorbed into her skin. She makes 2 fists, plants her feet firmly, and releases an otherworldly howl. A shockwave emanates from her body, knocking Ariah down. It rushes outward, blowing the surrounding trees back as if they were weathering hurricane-force winds. In a moment, calm is restored. She opens her perfectly black eyes again. Ariah staggers back to her feet and brushes herself off. Do you want to be... You can be Davebot. Do you want to be Ariah and Davebot, or just Davebot?
I don't care.
I don't either. I don't remember Ariah's voice at all.
It was very, dead.
Yeah, okay. Do you want me to be Ariah, or do you want to?
I don't care.
Fine, I will. I take it everything went as you hoped. Jade looks down at her hands as if they belong to an alien. She can feel it now. Abilities have been awakened inside her that no being had ever commanded before. She raises her hands and looks up at the sky. Above her, an immense vortex opens. It swirls many miles upwards into blackness, and lightning
this is the
crackles
Davebot from the Obama thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Obama.
Jade does nothing for a while. She seems to simply study the construct she's summoned. This great occult trumpet beckoning her into its abyss. Her face is expressionless. Her glasses flash white. As they reflect the lightning that arcs sporadically inside the wormhole. Well, aren't you going in? Wasn't that the idea, or did I not? Jade silently holds up a hand, as if telling her to wait. Ariah closes her mouth, looking embarrassed. Nearby, a red haze gathers in the air. It condenses into concentric rings of spheres of ruby light. The luminous shape of a man fades into the center of the special effect. When the light subsides, Ariah notices that a man is made of polished metal. She recognizes the gear symbols on its chest, identical to her own. She also recognizes the sunglasses the robot is wearing. She knows who this is. Dave?
Sup?
He doesn't look in Ariah's direction. His eyes, glowing bright enough to be visible behind his shades, are fixed on Jade. He looks her up and down. She's still so young. He knew this Jade many years ago, but by this point, their paths have diverged in ways that he couldn't begin to describe even if he wanted to.
So we doing this?
Jade says nothing, and looks up at the wormhole again. She begins to levitate, gradually picking up speed. Without looking back, she rockets into the vortex, vanishing into the darkness. Davebot turns to Ariah.
How about you? You want to come along?
I guess so. I'm really not sure what's going on here. To be honest, the plan wasn't discussed much.
That's what we're doing now, discussing the plan. What about your boy, Eye Patches?
Oh, Solix is in one of his moods. This is all getting to be a bit much for him. If I go, I'll probably just cut him loose.
Good move.
His gaze remains fixed on her. She blinks and looks away, unsure of what to say next. He's standing perfectly still, presumably waiting for her to say something. She met him. What was it? once, twice before? She can't remember. But she knows this is a very different Dave. Aside from the metal skin, he seems implacably confident. But then, people do go through changes. She's been through more than her share. She cocks an eyebrow, recalling her own stint with the metal body.
Hey, Eartha, what's your face?
Oh, it's Ariah.
I know. So that's a yes then?
What?
You're coming, better decide quick. I doubt that dang fucking hell funnel was staying open for much longer.
Yes, I suppose so. That's where all the action is, right?
All the action that matters, yeah.
Off we go, then.
Word.
He holds out his hand, and she looks around and assumes he means for her to take it. So she does. She didn't know someone could fly this fast. He nearly yanks her arm out of its socket. She considers reminding him that maybe this isn't necessary, since she can fly too, but she doesn't want to risk saying more embarrassing stuff around this outrageously cool dude. Besides, they're through the wormhole before she could even finish the thought. It vanishes the moment they've crossed. The hole leaves behind an absence in the sky so calm that continuing to call it a sky wouldn't seem to do it justice. It's a perfectly neutral expanse, into which anything one could imagine might be summoned. And for a while anything was, but not anymore. Where the hole gaped just moments ago, there now exists an imaginary line. Above this line resides all that matters. Below exists all else. Never, again, the twain shall meet.
And that's it.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, that's the epilogues.
That's the Homestuck Epilogues.
Oh, fuck.
That's it.
No more.
Never again the twain shall meet.
Never again the twain shall meet.
So the horizon that the Postscript talks about, below the horizon and beyond the horizon, is the bridge between universes.
Yeah.
Now exists an imaginary line.
This is very complicated.
Forever separating candy from meat.
Yep. But the question is, where does the story follow from here?
I have no idea. Well, I mean, I have no idea. All I know is that the first page of Homestuck Squared is space.
Yep.
So I assume it follows Jerk, but I honestly don't know.
I guess we'll figure it out then. Alright.
Wow. Well, we got one more thing to do in this video.
We do? Oh, yeah, we do, don't we?
Alright. Yeah. I don't know what this is.
You can hear that, right?
Watch it yeah, after the epilogues. Oh my god. I like Rich Tracy Pyro.
Oh, this is pretty much epilogue stuff.
Dave, Jade, yeah.
Kanaya and Rose.
Rose and Kanaya.
There's Roxy. And Calliope, whatever.
Calliope.
Jane. Jane being a little bitch.
Oh, Jane.
My boy.
Jake. Dirk.
The best villain ever.
Life.
Fuck.
That was cute. That was really short, but I'm glad we watched it.
Yeah, it was really short, but it was adorable.
Yeah, we were told to, Oh, this is is this an MSPFA? Apparently this is the intro to a fan comic that's just like, just fun friends style, like, banter.
Dude got a Homestuck ending where they're happy, can't wait for more.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I might read that. That sounds really cool. On my own time. I don't think we're going to do fan comics, unfortunately, in the channel, but that was really cute. Cool. In any case, let's go back to the epilogues tab and talk about this for a second.
Alright, so that's it, folks.
Holy shit. That's it. That's the end of the epilogues. That was a ride. I loved that so much.
I enjoyed every minute of that.
I've got like very, very few gripes with it, and the only one I can think of right now is the misgendering thing. Which I have problems. I genuinely think the story would have been better if they didn't do that, because there were like 2 lines. Like all they would need to do to fix that is just remove.
I think they just wanted to make him seem like an asshole just a little bit more.
Yeah, but that's not the way to go about it.
I don't disagree with that opinion.
Like either you know, obviously he didn't know at first, so the first correction is great, and then he actually starts using they them for a while, but then gives up on it for some reason, and I feel like that was stupid. I feel like he should have just kept using they them, and then switch to he/him like he did once that was a thing, you know. I think the story would have been better off that way. That's my major gripe with it.
I second that opinion.
But that gripe doesn't detract so much that I can't say I've thoroughly enjoyed the story.
He's such a good villain.
He is a very good villain.
It's
Dirk
so
is,
good.
Oh, I'm so excited to read Homestuck Squared eventually, and like either for the channel or personally or a different channel, or however I end up reading Homestuck Squared.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
I'm very excited to one day, but.
Yeah.
This is future Ariah butting in here. The details that we're about to talk about future videos and such is a little out of date. So just letting you know, what we're going to do is after this video, next Wednesday, we're doing another DLC with a couple things from the unofficial Homestuck collection that we didn't quite finish off. Then there'll be another week that I'm not entirely sure if we're going to take off or if we're going to do something else, but either way, it won't be a Homestuck related video because we don't have anything for it. And then on the 6th, we'll be doing an update video and maybe surprise. We'll see if we can get that done in time, but that's the second anniversary of our channel, so it's a special day. But at least an update video then, at least a video talking about things. If not, something else cooler. We'll see. We're not entirely sure if we're going to get it finished in time yet. And then after that, the Wednesday after that is 4/13. So that we're planning on putting up the rest of the Paradox-based comics at that date. And then at that point, we'll be doing Deltarune after that, which I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be one like the next Wednesday after that, or if it's going to be a little bit of a break. But you'll know on the April 6th update video. And then the other information about what we're doing after that, of course, that I'm about to say in this video is still accurate. But that was a little change of plans, a little difference in what we decided from what we recorded in this video. So thank you.
The next piece of Homestuck content we're going to do is the Hiveswap Friendsims.
Yeah.
However, we are not doing that right away.
Yeah, we're going to go to either... Well, we have a couple different ideas.
We have a couple ideas for the next series. So they're probably both going to happen.
We're definitely going to finish Danganronpa 2.
Yeah, we're finishing Danganronpa 2. That is our next big project, is finishing Danganronpa 2.
Which, since we're doing one project at a time, it won't take too long.
Sorry?
Since we're doing one project at a time, it won't take too long.
Yeah, exactly. It won't take too long. But we have another small project that we plan on doing that we might do either before Danganronpa 2 or after, but in either case, or even concurrently because it's very short.
Yeah, exactly.
And small. But it's a small project. So that small project plus Danganronpa 2.
What was the small project again?
Deltarune.
Oh shit. I don't know how long Deltarune is. So I don't know if that's.
It's pretty short.
Oh, is it? Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty short. It's a couple hours.
Dope.
Yeah, we can do that. We could probably do chapter 1 in one video and chapter 2 in one video, or 2 videos each max.
Yeah, for sure.
Easy. And we're doing that with a special guest, by the way. When we get around to that, we can consider this the announcement.
Yeah.
And yeah, so those 2 things. Oh, and also, we might. There's no pressure for us to do this, but there might be a few one-offs that we throw up there as well.
Depends on if we feel like we've talked about it for sure.
We have a few ideas. Even a part 1 of a again very small series that we have recorded a while ago that we may continue in the near future. We may continue later.
We realized we had recordings of things we completely forgot about.
Yeah, that, and also we've got a couple ideas for some short one-offs that would be fun to do, as well as
topics. Yeah.
As well as we can treat the Chizo Mythos series, the rest of the games, Trilby's Notes and 6 Days of Sacrifice, similarly to one-offs. Like they might happen concurrently because they're 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
pretty short.
The short ones we can get through.
But there's no promises. We don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
The only thing we can guarantee you right now is that we're going to do Deltarune and Danganronpa 2. But as of recording this, I unfortunately cannot tell you when that's going to be because I don't actually know.
Yeah, we'll
however,
figure it out.
I plan on. However, the next update video that you guys are going to see after this video comes out will announce the.
We'll have it figured out by then.
Because there was an announcement video before we resumed uploading Meat, and that kind of talked about this.
And after,
and now this is going to be the last video you're going to see until we announce the next series.
Exactly.
So it might be tomorrow. It might be in a month. It might be in 3 months. I don't know yet. We'll see. It depends on when we record and if we have a good rhythm going.
Pretty much.
We're probably going to start recording it relatively soon.
Yeah,
but then it
definitely.
just depends. if we find that our recording schedule is still inconsistent, then we're going to have to wait till we finish it.
Yeah.
If we find that we're recording relatively consistency, then we might be able to start posting before we finish it.
Exactly. We'll figure it out.
That's completely up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in any case, if you're here just for the Homestuck content, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to hang out with us in the Discord.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we're always there talking about Homestuck stuff and other stuff, and you know, I urge you to try to check out some other stuff we do.
Agree.
However,
we're not that unentertaining, I'll tell you.
However, if you don't come back until Hiveswap Friendsim,
then that's okay too.
That's
do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, we'll see you then. But yeah, with that being said.
Am I going to do the final outro for this?
With that being said, either Jay's going to do the outro, or future us can insert a clip here talking about it once we've like collected our thoughts better, but I don't really know what I can say right now. One of the two will happen.
I don't know.
All right, go ahead, Jay.
All right. All right, all you beautiful, valid people out there. Thank you so much for tuning in to the last episode of the Homestuck Epilogues. This was a riot for sure. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. That would be greatly appreciated. Comment down below. Tell us what you thought. Subscribe with the post notifications if you want to see what we're doing next. Follow the Twitter. I tweet there. I've been trying to be a little bit more consistent. This Wordle shit has me fucking confused. But, you know, I'm figuring it out. We join the Discord. There's some beautiful people there, as previously stated. And we're around. I'm not going to promise that I'll say hello, but most likely I'll say hello.
Yeah.
Unless I get
if you add us, we will respond.
If I get bombarded by a million different people, then don't expect it. But you know, being rich and famous has the unfortunate downsides like that.
Of course, yes.
Yes, of course. Follow the TikTok because eventually Ariah is going to come back to it. And
yep. Well, I probably I'm going to be optimistic and say that I have come back to it since we started re-uploading.
Ariah has come back to it, so that's pretty cool. And if Ariah hasn't at this point, then I will beat them.
Yeah.
What? Who said that? That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I won't actually beat you, I promise. My fingers were crossed when I said that. You don't know whether if they were or weren't because there's no camera.
Now, would that be affirming or...
You don't know. That's the best part, isn't
Anyways.
it? But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, night, whatever time it is for you. We appreciate and love you all so much. And
I love you all, and it was so good to do this.
And I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Case closed, motherfuckers.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
I love y'all, and I love this series.
I love this series for sure.
I don't want to say bye, but bye. Bye. I'm leaving. All right, I'm just walking out. Bye. Okay, bye. That's it.